Hi everyone from Kiev, thanks for joining today. Before I share with you how we are dealing with crisis circumstances, let me introduce myself. I am a design manager and product designer at Setapp by MacPaw. I used to work for creative agencies, government and non-profit organizations, startups. Some of the projects even received honors from the community. The Webby Awards, Epica, the Golden Drum. But my personal achievement was, and still is, to create value for the final customer or user. That's why 3 years ago I fully immersed to product design, and I'm happily staying here with Setapp. Our product team has over 100 members, 70% of it allocated in Ukraine. My design team consists of design lead, design manager, 3 product designers and 4 marketing designers. 8 members stay in Ukraine, including myself. We've been through a lot this year, and also we learn a lot. And today I'm gonna tell you about that. Setapp is a curated app subscription service. It connects users and developers to provide the right solutions for various tasks. That's why, as a product design team, we had a lot of work to do. Setapp has macOS application, a website, several user flows, customer and vendor accounts, and other supporting things that we have to keep in mind and keep updated. In Setapp, we are designing in Sketch and share it in Zeppelin for developers. When I joined the team more than 2 years ago, I put the idea to switch to Figma. Because Figma is just perfect for designing, prototyping and collaborating with the team. And each of our discussion ended like this. Sketch always wins. Setapp started its journey 6 years ago, and back then the team designed product in Sketch, and now we still have our design system there. And you know for sure how it's painful for the people and expensive for the business to move to another platform. But our team was growing and changing quickly in 2021, so at the beginning of 2022 we made the decision to make the gentle transition to Figma. We started from the basics of our UI kit, added a visual library with illustrations and icons so everyone can have access to it, and also moved our SMM designs here to collaborate with copywriters and managers faster. And on the 24th of February we wanted to move to Figma, but ended up moving to the subway. Here's a photo from Kiev subway, where people were hiding from Russian rockets. Russia started a full-scale war against Ukraine. We have faced problems with electricity, internet and mobile connection. And benefits of Figma became real cons for our team. By the way, guess how much time do we have stable electricity and internet per day? Please leave your thoughts in the chat. And we are back to problems with Figma. If you are working in Figma and suddenly the connection is lost, Figma tells us that all of our changes would be saved and updated. However, in reality, we don't know when the connection will return, and if Figma is still be able to save after 2 or 3 days without connection. That wasn't the worst part. This is, if you try to open Figma without an internet connection, you receive this message, and your work literally stops. This is crucial for us, so we work on important designs in Sketch, which works offline. You might think that such problems don't have anything to do with you. You don't have a crazy imperial neighbor. But we have something else that can ruin our lives. Really bad weather, such as hurricanes, earthquakes, ice storms, etc. Here's some latest articles about ice storms in Texas and earthquake in Turkey and Syria. So, based on my experience, I'd like to share some tips with you how to prepare to any emergency. I remember that Vitaly loves checklists, I hope so do you. So, what we have here: backup and protect your data, take care of your team's safety, track stable electricity in your region, set up a place with portable devices, Find protected place for your case, prepare all vital supplies for a week. And let's get closer to each topic. First of all, think about your data, digital and physical. Keep your important files updated in your backup clouds and on devices. Also, I strongly recommend you to put your ID, other documents and some cash in airtight, water and fireproof bags. You know, just in case. As a team leader, I should think about my teammates. So I use Together app to check if everyone is safe after missiles attacks. This app sends us a notification that asks us to check in. We have 3 inputs: fill in. What is our location? If we are safe, if we can continue to work. The app allows us to see the location of my team members and their status. This is important as people move a lot in crisis, and as a leader I need to know if someone is in danger. Engineers from MacPaw created this app, and this code is available in open source, so your engineering team can also use it in your organization. Here is a QR code, you could scan it and check it later. Russia is attacking our critical infrastructure, our power plants, so we have to deal with temporary blackouts every day. For this case, our electricity provider has his schedule with blackouts for each building in Ukraine. Here is a schedule for my building in Kyiv. As you can see, we have light 6 hours per day. At first sight, you may think, okay, it's enough to do your work. But if we look closer, we can see the time. It could be early in the morning or late at night. On Tuesday, for example, we have a light during only 4 working hours. Some enthusiasts created a tool to convert schedule from website to a Google Calendar. I went even further and connected this calendar to Meter. This app shows time to your next event in your menu bar. Now I have quick access to this info and I can plan my workflow not to waste any minute. Of course, we taught how to plan more efficiently and achieve our goals, but some tasks that have to involve more than 3 people can stretch from a couple of hours to a couple of days. Each person has its own schedule, and we learn how to be asynchronous. So we design offline in Sketch, and then, when we are online, we share our work to receive feedback from developers and copywriters. Sounds simple. But sometimes we have to deal not just with blackouts, but different time zones of our colleagues, and of course, we are off in the shelters during Russians' air raids. So, when I even have a light at home, there are cases when I am not able to use it. Some of us, namely our design lead, doesn't want to play with schedules and calendars, so he created a power setup. It consists of portable power station, it could be EcoFlow, Bluetooth, etc. Portable modem or router that can have an internet connection without electricity. Now I can explain why. When we have blackouts, big providers lost power in their equipment too. So even if I connect my local router to EcoFlow, it won't work. And third part, uninterrupted power supply. This can give you some time for your router to finish work before global internet will be down. So when we connected router, in our case Starlink, to power station, and we have internet till the light will return, or until the power station has a charge. In my experience, it's better to buy a station with as larger electrical potential as you can afford. I recommend to choose device with more than 720 watts, and nothing will disturb you from your tasks. If that happened, that your kitchen has only electricity, has no gas or other power sources, and it's total blackout, embrace yourself. You can always boil some water with candles. It takes 1 hour to heat up anything. Remember about this timing in advance if you want a coffee break. Next important thing. You need to check what could possibly happen in your region and think where can be your safe place. For example, during ice storm, your home is a safe place. During tornado is a basement. Or if it's earthquake, you have to leave a building and go far away from any construction. For us in Ukraine now is our hallways without windows. This was my safe place during first months of the war. This is my hallway. That was the look before war. And the best part, food. I recommend you to prepare 1 week bundle with food and water. Later you can use it in your next trip. So we talked about security, electricity and creativity in a crisis. Of course, you can ignore these tips and hope for the better. You can track meteorological websites and move from risky places to safer ones. And you can take these tips, keep them in mind, and be sure that you are more prepared for emergency than you were before. This means that now you are in control of your life, and nothing can catch you by surprise. We all know that every lost hour by a designer can cost millions for a business in a year's perspective. So it's our responsibility as well to stay effective and creative for as long as we can in any situation. And to prove it, we've been working as much as we can all this year. We have launched 2 big features for our users. Web integration, so users can have additional value from multi-platform apps, and AI search inside the Setapp, which is the most popular feature in our product, and now is upgraded. We had a partnership campaign with Masterclass and 1Password. It was hard because active phase of the project was exactly during massive missiles attacks in autumn, but we handled it. And one more thing to share with you. The world is changing every day, and the only thing we can do is to stay flexible and keep our sense of humor in any situation. 2 weeks ago, we restarted our process of transferring to Figma. And this time we've begun from education and learning. Our 2 designers created a series of workshops for the team to better understand the powers of the tool, auto layouts, variants, plugins, etc. After all, you can't fall in love with something before you understand its strength. That's it from me today. I hope you had fun. Take care. Thank you all.